To further discuss this, I'm joined by Katch Ononuju, political analyst. Mr. Katch, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here. Now, Mr. Katch, we'd like to know
Thank you very much for having me on this issue.
Yes, sir. Mr. Katch, we'd like to know your take on the suspension of Umar Damagun and Samuel Anyanwu by the faction of the National Working Committee. What do you think?
Oh, well, what I will tell you is we had this coming in our party because the party has become moribund and comatose due to the perception in some quarters that Mr. Damagun has become a stooge for Minister Nyesom Wike. And for Damagun's going against Governor Wabara and trying to foist the faction of the party loyal to Nyesom Wike upon Rivers State, and also going to say in court that those whom the PDP deemed to have left office by virtue of them having resigned from membership of the PDP and declaring publicly to be members of the APC, that suddenly the PDP position is now a change. And that now puts at risk our governor in Rivers State. So that's what has brought this up. And I can tell you the timing is perfect. Why? If we start this crisis right now, we'll be able to resolve it in time for the next election. Because the way Damagun and Wike are going about, they just want to kill the party. It's not about the party. It's about providing a viable alternative and what will I call a viable opposition in our democracy. The way Damagun and Wike are going, there will be no opposition party called PDP. And if that doesn't exist, then you might have what Peter Obi is doing to become the only option if he's able to pull it away. And that's what I believe. So the fight in the PDP is timely. Why do I say that? If the fight starts now, it will get over by the time the party should be ready to go into the next election. You don't have to postpone it. This is the time to start it. Let us see those governors who now support that Damagun and Wike should leave control of the party. And I cannot blame Wike because he's learned from how Atiku Abubakar also undermined the party by putting Mr. Yochayu in his pocket. So Wike learned and then tried to use money to control those at the top. And the governors are saying, no, this has to come to a stop. And that's why you saw the public secretary did what he did. What you are now seeing make announcement are factions. The party will have to show where it stands. And we need to also listen to the board of trustees because it involves a lot of people. Everybody knows what's going on. Damagun is not there for the PDP. Damagun is there with Wike to bury the party. Damagun and Wike are, in principle, what you call undertakers. They are here to kill the PDP and undermine the opposition and its role in a viable democracy. And that's why I believe this is the time to take the war to them. And then if it takes us going to court, by the time we can have a free PDP, free from the antics of Nyesom Wike and Damagun, the better for the democracy.
Now, sir, how big is Nyesom Wike? Because I want to say this, that most people argue that it's been a long time coming that some action be taken against Nyesom Wike. However, in this case, we see that Damagun has been suspended and no action really taken against Wike, where people have told that his anti-party politicking has caused the PDP, and this has caused the PDP to go into factions. So, sir, when and how is the PDP taking actions, whether for or against Wike?
Well, you need to understand, it didn't start from Wike. Wike only learned from where Atiku Abubakar started. It was Atiku who originally got the party's leadership compromised. So Wike now learned from him. And as Ayochayo resigned, Nyesom now grabbed Damagun and started using the same strategy that Atiku was using money to force the leadership of the party into a compromise. And don't forget, when we are not in power, and then the chairman or neighbor at the top sees anything small, he's given to embrace such free AUF, a challenge lady. It's a very, very open to AUF from wherever it comes from. So a challenge PDP being opposition party, its leadership are free to do this. I will tell you, Wike is only continuing what Atiku has done. You know, being selfish to power, selfish to control, undermines it because of Atiku's behavior in running and undermining the chance of the South to actually gain inclusion through zoning. Wike is now replaying Atiku's game to say, because don't forget when this started in our party, when Atiku gave money to people in the mosque to start preaching that nobody should vote for anybody from the East, Wike got angry and then got into his heritage denial acrobatics, thinking he would be accepted. He still wasn't accepted. And then when the IOTIU came down, he now saw a chance to seize Damagun. And since then, with Damagun in his pocket, the PDP now has become moribund and comatose. So for you to get the PDP out of Wike's grip, this is the right fight to do. And once the fight starts this way, the party will now divide. You will now see those who Wike take one side, and those who want a free PDP take another side. So this is just the beginning. What I will just say is congratulations to the PDP for waking up, you know, because Wike's actions undermine the principle of democracy. A democracy must have a viral opposition. And so for Wike and Atiku to conspire and in turns undermine our party, I don't think this is best for the democracy. Because if, yes, you can say Wike is angry at the way Atiku was able to undermine the leadership of the party. Why did I say this? Atiku gave 100 million to the leadership of the party, said that he had purchased funds. So that time when we're talking about zoning, the leadership told us, how can you do this zoning without replacing this 100 million? This money he's giving us for farm, better be sure because we're not spending it. If you want the money in return and you want to talk about zoning, somebody has to replace this money. So that money was actually the poison that was used to undermine the shape of the party. And so nothing about zoning worked. And when it didn't work because of Atiku's inordinate ambition, the PDP, out of anger, left and we started what you call the youth movement. And that was how the Obedient movement was born. And then when that happened, the PDP now became divided. Of course, Kwankwaso went to start his NMPP. And then the rest, they say, is history.
The rest is
and
history,
the opposition died. So I believe Wike is only following the footsteps of Atiku, where he learned you can use money to undermine those at the top and then undermine the party. So let the two of them go away and their fight. Let the party fight back to take back itself. It's a democracy, it's not made for one person. And that's why I believe this fight is timely, this fight is good, and we have time to take care of this fight and then have time to position the PDP or whatever party that will come as a viral opposition to our democracy for the sake of the Nigerian project.
Mr. Katch Ononuju, I want to say thank you very much for sharing your views here with us on News Central. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.